Hello, I'm Keith Pierce. Welcome to Save Our Towns, a series designed to guide and inspire those who are working hard in Appalachia to build strong communities. In this episode, we'll take a look at Pulaski, where new manufacturing businesses have moved in. Then, spoiler alert, we'll show a sweet little victory for St. Paul, the town whose economic exploits we're following for a year. After that, a quick tip from an expert. Our short Virginia Tech faculty interview involves students writing business plans. And as always, we close with 3 questions for a mayor. First, Virginia Tech student Jessica Snead, a communications major, takes the lead in our report from Pulaski, this month's example of awesome.
Once known as the furniture and textile capital of Southwest Virginia, Pulaski has endured the same job and population declines that prompted the Richmond Times-Dispatch to write in 2011 that Southwest Virginia is slowly dying. Not so fast, Pulaski leaders said, determined to recover from setbacks big and small. When 6 years ago, their combined train station and museum burned to the ground, they resurrected it, creating a whole new separate museum building. And speaking of Phoenix rising from the ashes, Phoenix Packaging Operations located its first U.S. plant in Pulaski County, bringing almost 600 new jobs. A setback occurred when the Caterpillar plant closed, resulting in a loss of more than 200 jobs.
But that wasn't about to derail the community. Last summer, a group of local investors bought buildings for cheap and now plan to invest more than $1 million. They hope to create one of those charmingly cute main streets that every shopper loves.
And economic developers are proud of the lineup of new manufacturers in Pulaski County that includes Red Sun Farms, Corona Candles, and Fall Stamping and Welding. How did Pulaski County succeed in filling its vacant, abandoned buildings with new businesses, many from overseas? Economic developers credit relationship building and luck, and the practice of treating every company that came to town like royalty, whether they had 10 employees or 200.
From Pulaski, we go to St. Paul for a look at one concrete way that Mayor Kyle Fletcher is trying to lure manufacturing operations to his town. For more than 15 years, office furniture was manufactured in this building. After Bush Industries pulled out in 2003, St. Paul hoped the bricks and mortar asset would attract someone new.
It's probably, I've been told, it's the 3rd largest building south of Roanoke under roof.
The mayor worked with Russell County to lure a tenant to the 285,000 square foot building, but several deals fell through.
We do have the opportunity, another outfit called Biofuels. We haven't closed the final deal with them, but they're all set. They've just about got their money complete, and they've met all DEQ requirements. We think they're going to come in. That's going to be a very good opportunity for us when there'll be 30 to 40 jobs.
The building's in good shape, inside and out, and some things don't change. Nearby railheads are an asset to business now, just as in the past. Here's the good news. Shortly after we shot that interview, a ribbon cutting took place. According to the mayor, all of the details have been worked out, and Appalachia Biofuels will be moving in. Now for our expert tip. Bob Stripling, a former city manager turned professor, talks about one way that towns can reward companies for bringing in jobs.
Most communities, you want higher paying jobs, and so you set a minimum salary that we pay those employees. So if you bring in people not at the minimum wage or not at $10 an hour, but something where it's a more professional job, and then if they bring those jobs to the community, you give them a grant for each job that is created.
You can read a transcript of the complete interview and learn how to contact Bob Stripling at the Save Our Towns website. Click on the Connect with Experts tab. Next, my colleague Andrea Brunet interviews Pamplin College of Business professor Reed Kennedy, who recently directed students on a project in Pulaski.
Reed, Pulaski's been in the news a lot lately in a good way with manufacturing jobs coming in. Is that one reason you and your students chose Pulaski?
Well, we chose Pulaski because it has had its issues over the last few years economically. And my class does these projects that are semester-long projects, typically business plans for new startups or to help a company launch a new product or service or things like that. And Pulaski was an area of ripe fruit, so to speak, particularly with an entrepreneur that we started working with there who had some really good ideas and that we were able to help with him.
Talk about that entrepreneur. What businesses did he want to open, and how did the students write a business plan to help him?
Yeah, he was already a successful entrepreneur, and was pretty much phasing out of his company, and he had a heart for Pulaski, and had some good business ideas, and engaged my class, the teams of 5, to do a couple of projects there. One was for a coffee shop. He had bought a building in downtown Pulaski and wanted to get something going there. And we did a business plan for a coffee shop, sandwich shop on the front end of the building, and the back end of the building, a whole separate business plan for a call center that would contract out with in this case, governments to take incoming calls and be able to refer people or answer questions and things like that.
So the students obviously get a lot out of writing a real business plan, but did the community in this case that's trying to revitalize, did they also benefit from the students' work?
Yeah. The coffee shop is under development now. It's not launched yet, but he's working on getting everything that needs to get done to get this coffee shop going. First, the call center's on hold right now. And then we're going to do a new project for him this coming fall. He wants to develop a racetrack in Pulaski, and so we'll do the business plan for that as well.
So just briefly, over the years you've seen businesses succeed and fail and come and go. Are there any themes that have emerged that might be helpful to leaders in small towns?
I think 2 things. Towns need to find something to grab hold on to, be that new industry coming in or small businesses or whatever. It all comes down to jobs that keep people there. And the second thing for new business startups, funding is always a challenge for a lot of companies, startup companies. Where's the money coming from to be able to make this business happen? And if towns can find some ways to make that happen for small businesses, startup businesses, I think that's will give them a leg up.
Well, Reed, thank you very much.
You bet, my pleasure.
Each month, we ask 3 questions of a town manager or a mayor. This month, we put the mic on Mayor Jeff Worrell of Pulaski.
I think resilient would be the word. I think the citizens in this town are proud and strong people, and they will bounce back from anything. I've seen it over and over. We were knocked flat by a tornado 3 years ago, and we did not qualify for federal assistance, so we raised the money ourselves, and we built the community back. And many of these communities that were affected look better today than they did before the tornado. Our biggest challenge is people. We have got to draw people downtown. I'm asked again and again, or I hear again and again, we need this restaurant, we need that restaurant, we need this store, we need that store. Now, my answer is always the same: no, we need people. And if you get enough people, you're going to get those stores, you're going to get those restaurants. You've got to create the demand for it. So our biggest challenge is to draw people to our downtown. To know that no matter what adversity we face, that we're going to stand side by side and deal with it. I think it breeds an atmosphere of hope and courage. I think it's a great thing.
For more resources and contact information for the experts we interview, go to the Save Our Towns website. You can also share your stories there. Send thoughts on this show to saveourtowns@vt.edu. This is episode 6. Be sure to join us next time. Thanks for watching.